phone rang at 2:11 a.m. That alone wouldn't have been strange. Hotels are full of noises, elevators chiming, doors slamming, voices drifting through thin walls. But phones rarely ring in hotel rooms anymore. Most places expect you to use your mobile. So when the old desk phone on the nightstand lit up, glowing softly in the dark, my first thought was that something was wrong. I had been awake already, not tossing and turning, just lying still, staring at the ceiling, listening to the unfamiliar sounds of the building settling. The room smelled faintly of disinfectant and something older underneath, like fabric that had absorbed years of breath. I reached for the phone. The display read, "Front desk." I hesitated. Then I answered. "Hello?" There was silence on the line. Not static. Not dead air. Breathing. Very faint. Controlled. Then a man spoke. "Sir," he said quietly, "I need you to leave the room immediately." My heart skipped. "What?" I whispered. "I'm going to say this once," he continued. "Do not turn around. Do not ask questions. Just take your phone and leave the room." I sat up in bed. "Why?" I asked. "What's going on?" The pause that followed felt deliberate, like he was choosing his words carefully. "Because," he said, lowering his voice, "we can see someone standing behind you." Every muscle in my body locked. "That's not possible," I whispered. "I'm alone." "No," he said. "You are not." I felt heat rush through my chest, followed by a wave of cold that crawled up my arms. "I don't hear anyone," I said. "I don't see—" "Sir," he interrupted sharply. The calm gone now. "You need to leave. Right now." My eyes drifted, against my will, toward the dark reflection of the flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. The screen was off. Black. Reflective. At first I saw only myself, pale, wide-eyed, sitting upright in bed. Then the reflection shifted. Not clearly, just a darker shape behind me, standing where the bathroom doorway should have been. I didn't scream. I didn't hang up. I didn't turn around. I grabbed my phone, slid my feet into my shoes without tying them, and stood up so fast the room tilted. "Sir?" the voice on the phone said urgently. "Are you moving?" "Yes," I whispered. "Good. Do not look back. Walk to the door. Unlock it and leave." My hand shook as I reached for the door handle. The reflection on the TV moved again. Closer, I unlocked the door and yanked it open. The hallway lights were bright, too bright after the darkness of the room. I stumbled out barefoot, clutching my phone, and turned left toward the elevator. "Keep going," the voice said. "You're doing fine." I ran, not sprinting, because I was terrified of making noise, but fast enough that my feet slapped against the carpet. I didn't hear footsteps behind me. That scared me more than if I had. I reached the elevator and smashed the button. Nothing. I hit it again. Still nothing. "Stairs," the voice said. "Take the stairs." I turned and bolted for the stairwell door, pushed it open, and practically fell down the first flight. Only when I reached the second floor did I stop. I was shaking so hard I had to brace myself against the wall. "I'm out," I gasped. "I'm out of the room!" There was a long pause on the line. Then the voice said slowly, "Sir, where are you right now?" "Stairwell, second floor." Another pause. "That's impossible." "What do you mean impossible?" I snapped. "Our cameras," he said carefully, "still show you in the room." My blood ran cold. "That's not funny," I said. "I'm not joking," he replied. "The door to your room is open, the lights are on, and someone is standing just inside." My knees nearly gave out. Then who did I just run past in the hallway? I demanded. Silence, then quietly, no one. I hung up. I didn't think, I just ran the rest of the way down the stairs, burst into the lobby, and nearly collided with the night clerk behind the desk. He looked up, startled. "Sir," he said, "are you all right?" I stared at him. It was not the voice from the phone. "I just spoke to you," I said, my voice shaking. "You called my room." He frowned. "I haven't made any calls tonight." My chest tightened. "You told me to leave," I said. "You said someone was in my room." His expression changed. Not confusion, concern. "Sir," he said slowly, "what room are you in?" 514. He swallowed and turned his monitor toward me. The security feed showed the 5th floor hallway. My door, wide open. The room lights were on, and in the doorway, something tall, too tall, standing unnaturally still. The camera glitched slightly, but I could see enough to know it wasn't shaped right. It leaned forward, like it was listening. The clerk reached for the phone. "I'm calling the police," he said. "No," I whispered. "Don't." He looked at me. Why not? Because a horrible thought had just formed in my mind. "Who called me?" I asked quietly. The clerk hesitated. "No one," he said. "The phone system doesn't log outgoing calls after midnight unless what? Unless the call comes from inside the hotel." I stared at him. "From where?" He looked back at the screen. "From another room." At that exact moment, the lobby phone rang. The clerk froze. The display lit up. "Room 514. Neither of us moved. The phone kept ringing. Slow. Patient. The clerk looked at me. "Do you want me to answer it?" I shook my head. The ringing stopped. A moment later, my phone buzzed. A voicemail notification. From an unknown number. I didn't open it. I didn't need to. Because from somewhere deep inside the hotel, I heard it. Footsteps. Heavy. Coming down the stairs. Slow. Deliberate. The clerk whispered, "Sir, when you ran out of the room." "Yes? Did you lock the door?" I closed my eyes. "No." The footsteps stopped, right above us, then softly from the ceiling. A knock. 3 taps. The clerk stepped back from the desk. I didn't wait to see what happened next. I ran. I ran out into the night, into the parking lot, into the dark, and didn't stop until the hotel was a shrinking shape in my rearview mirror. I never went back for my things. Weeks later, I received an email. A bill. Charged for 2 guests. Under notes, it said, "Late checkout. Room left occupied." And beneath that, one final line. "Thank you for staying with us." I knew something was wrong the moment I stepped into the bathroom. Not fear. Not yet. Just the feeling you get when something ordinary is slightly misaligned, like a word spelled wrong that your brain keeps rereading. The mirror above the sink was fogged, even though no one had used the shower. That didn't make sense. I wiped it with my sleeve and froze. My reflection wiped the mirror too, but not at the same time. It lagged, just a fraction of a second. I laughed under my breath and shook my head. Exhaustion does that. Long drives, late check-ins, unfamiliar rooms. Your brain plays tricks. I turned away, washed my hands, and went back into the bedroom. The hotel was old but clean, business style. Beige walls, stiff bed, humming air conditioner. I dropped my bag, kicked off my shoes, and collapsed onto the mattress. That's when I heard it. A soft scraping sound, like fingernails dragging lightly across glass. I sat up. The bathroom light was still on. The door was open. The mirror was fogging again. Slowly, even though no hot water was running. I stood and walked back toward the bathroom, my heartbeat picking up. The fog was spreading outward from the center of the mirror, like breath. I raised my hand. The reflection raised its hand, too. This time, it moved before I did. I stepped back hard, nearly tripping. The reflection didn't step back. It stayed close to the glass. Too close. Its eyes were fixed on mine, unblinking. I whispered, "What the hell?" The reflection smiled. I did not. I slammed the bathroom door shut and backed away, heart pounding. This wasn't exhaustion. This wasn't imagination. I grabbed my phone and called the front desk. No answer. I tried again. Nothing. I checked the time. 2:18 a.m. The scraping sound started again, this time from behind the bathroom door. Slow, rhythmic, like something tracing the wood. Then came a knock, from the inside. 3 taps. My mouth went dry. "I know this is your room," a voice said calmly, from the bathroom. But it was mine first. I pressed myself against the far wall, phone shaking in my hand. "Open the door," the voice continued. "I just want to step out." The door handle began to turn, not violently. Patiently, like it knew it had time. I ran, barefoot, out of the room, into the hallway. The lights flickered as I passed. Every door was closed. Every room silent. I reached the elevator and hammered the button. Nothing. I turned. The door to my room was open again. The bathroom door behind it was wide. And standing in the doorway was me. Same clothes, same face, same terrified expression. Except the eyes. The eyes were calm, satisfied. It took one step forward. I screamed and bolted down the stairs. I didn't stop until I reached the lobby. The night clerk looked up, annoyed. "I need help," I gasped. "Someone is in my room." He sighed. "Sir, please calm down." "It looks like me," I said. "It's pretending to be me." That got his attention. He slowly turned his monitor toward me. The security feed showed my room. Empty. Then the bathroom door moved. Something stepped out. It waved. The clerk's face went white. "That's not possible," he whispered. The lobby phone rang. The display read, "Room 614." The clerk didn't answer. My phone buzzed instead. A message from my own number. "I'm already checked in." The clerk backed away from the desk. "You need to leave," he said. "Right now." The hotel didn't feel wrong at first. That's what scares me the most. It felt normal, busy, loud. The kind of place families stay when they're passing through. Kids running down the halls, suitcases bumping into walls, the smell of coffee drifting from the lobby. My wife and I checked in just after sunset with our 2-year-old daughter, Maya. We were exhausted from driving all day, arguing quietly the way couples do when they're too tired to fight properly. The clerk smiled, handed us the key and said, "2 nights?" "Yes," I replied. "Just 2. He nodded, typed something and said, "Enjoy your stay." Nothing strange about that. Our room was on the 4th floor. Clean, bright. Too bright, honestly. The lights buzzed faintly, like they were struggling to stay awake. Maya fell asleep almost immediately. My wife, Lila, showered. I unpacked. We slept hard. That's important, because when we woke up, everything felt slightly off. The sunlight coming through the curtains was pale, like early morning. I checked my phone. Saturday. That didn't make sense. We checked in Friday night. We were supposed to stay 2 nights. It should have been Sunday. I frowned and shook Lila awake. "What day is it?" I asked. She blinked. "Saturday." "No," I said. "That's wrong." She grabbed her phone. Her screen said the same thing. Saturday. I laughed nervously. Did we check in a day earlier than we thought? Lila shrugged. Maybe. We didn't argue about it. That should have bothered us more. But when you're tired and traveling, your brain looks for the easiest explanation. We took Maya downstairs for breakfast. The lobby was quieter than the night before. Too quiet. The breakfast area was open, but mostly empty. A few people sat silently, staring into cups of coffee like they hadn't slept. I noticed something strange. No one spoke. Not to each other, not to staff, not even to their kids. The TVs were on but muted. Lila whispered, "Why is it so quiet?" Before I could answer, Maya wriggled out of her chair and pointed. "Daddy," she said, "that baby is crying." I looked. Across the room, a woman sat with a stroller. Inside it was a baby. The baby's mouth was open, but no sound came out. The woman didn't move, didn't rock the stroller, didn't look down. She just stared straight ahead. A chill slid down my spine. We ate quickly and went back to our room. In the hallway, I noticed something worse. The same people. I was sure of it. A man in a blue jacket passed us. Same face, same clothes as the night before. A woman with long dark hair stood near the elevator, exactly where she'd been when we checked in. No luggage, no movement, like they were stuck in place. Back in our room, Lila tried calling the front desk. No answer. She tried again. Nothing. That's when Maya started crying. Real crying. She pointed toward the bathroom. "Baby's gone," she sobbed. "They took her." "What are you talking about?" Lila asked, panic rising. "The baby," Maya cried. "The one in the room." My stomach dropped. "What baby?" I asked. Maya looked at us like we were the crazy ones. "The baby that sleeps in the other bed," she said. There was no other bed. There never had been. Lila and I stared at each other. I felt my heart start to pound. "We're leaving," I said. "Now." We packed in minutes. As we stepped into the hallway, every door was closed. The lights flickered once, then stayed dim. The elevator doors were open. Waiting. Inside, already standing there, were the people from breakfast. Silent. Still. They didn't look at us, didn't acknowledge Maya crying in my arms. I pressed the lobby button. The doors closed. The elevator didn't move. The digital display flickered. Instead of floor numbers, it showed STAY. Lila whispered, "That's not right." The elevator jolted. Then the doors opened. Not to the lobby. To another hallway, identical to ours. Same carpet. Same lights. Same silence. We stepped out. I don't know why. Maybe because staying inside felt worse. As soon as our feet touched the carpet, the elevator doors closed behind us. We were alone. Or so we thought. From behind us came the sound of footsteps, slow, dragging. I turned. The hallway was full. Every door was open now. And in each doorway stood a family. Mothers holding babies. Fathers staring blankly. Children standing too still. Too quiet. All of them watching us. One man stepped forward. His voice was dry, like it hadn't been used in years. "They never check you out," he said. "They just stop checking you in." Lila screamed. Maya cried harder. I ran. We ran. Down the hallway. Through a stairwell. Down, down, down. Until we burst into the lobby. Sunlight poured through the glass doors. Real sunlight. We didn't stop. We ran to the car and drove. We didn't look back. We didn't stop until we reached another city. Another hotel. Another night. The next morning, my phone buzzed. An email from the first hotel. "Thank you for extending your stay." Attached was a receipt. Guests, 3. Length of stay, ongoing. Under notes, 1 child currently unaccounted for. I dropped the phone. Lila screamed because Maya wasn't in the room. The bed beside us was empty, and from the bathroom, we heard a baby crying.